Daenerys? Daenerys! There's our bride-to-be. Look, a gift from Illyria. Touch it. Go on, feel the fabric. I need you to be perfect today. Can you do that for me? You don't want to wake the dragon, do you?
No.
I know how to play a man like Drogo. I give him a queen, and he gives me an army.
I don't want to be his queen. I want to go home.
So do I. I want us both to go home, but they took it from us. So tell me, sweet sister, how do we go home?
I don't know.
We go home with an army. With Khal Drogo's army. I would let his whole tribe fuck you. All 40,000 men and their horses too, if that's what it took.
Jadije Jorandak.
Alveshven. A small gift for the new Khaleesi. Songs and histories from the Seven Kingdoms.
Thank you, sir. Are you from my country?
Ser Jorah Mormont of Bear Island. I served your father for many years. Gods be good, I hope to always serve the rightful king.
Dragon's eggs, Daenerys. From the Shadowlands beyond Ashai. The ages have turned them to stone, but they will always be beautiful.
Thank you, Magister.
Make him happy.
No.
I don't think that Drogo will like it with me on top.
You will make him like it, Khaleesi. Men want what they've never had, and the Dothraki take slaves like a hound takes a bitch. Are you a slave, Khaleesi?
No. No. Ajalin Hazam Shahara Sahara Tif.
You send this whore to give me commands. I should have sent you back her head.
Forgive me, Khaleesi. It is yours.
Hush now, it's all right. Lily, take her and leave us.
Yes, Khaleesi.
Why did you hit her?
How many times do I have to tell you? You do not command
I
me.
wasn't commanding you. I just wanted to invite you to supper.
What's this?
It's a gift. I had it made for you.
Dothraki rags. You're going to dress me now?
Please.
But this stinks of manure. All of it.
Stop. Stop
You would
it.
turn me into one of them, wouldn't you? Next, I want to braid my hair.
You've no right to a braid. You've won no victories yet.
You do not talk back to me. You are a horse-lord slut, and now you've woken the dragon.
I am a Khaleesi of the Dothraki. I am the wife of the great Khal, and I carry his son inside me. The next time you raise a hand to me will be the last time you have hands.
The stallion who mounts the world. The stallion is the Khal of Khals. He shall unite the people into a single Khalasar. All the people of the world will be his herd.
Raheke Dothraki me Anna. Me Amemna. Mahe me Rego.
Rego! 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 Rego!
T'es la fête.
Rego! 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 Rego!
Look away, Khaleesi.
No.
Danny, tell them. Make them. Make them. No, you can't. Just... Danny, please!
A crown for a king. Khaleesi?
He was no dragon. Fire cannot kill a dragon.
Jorah, make them stop.
Khaleesi?
You heard me.
These men have shed blood for their Khal. Now they claim their reward.
מביך שחליסי. דוטרקי צ'ומו אמא, عشان تكرمل زلسي خليسي سه عشان هاتي تشكشك كلك مهم.
Princess, you have a gentle heart, but this is how it's always been.
I do not have a gentle heart, sir. Mikasi ani shekal droga ani savelzerik.
Come. What do you want done with them?
Bring her to me. And those women there.
You cannot claim them all, Princess.
I can. And I will. You will be my Khalasar. I see the faces of slaves. I free you. Take off your collars, go if you wish, no one will stop you. But if you stay, it will be as brothers and sisters, as husbands and wives.
So Jorah bind this woman to the pyre. You swore to obey me.
I am Daenerys Stormborn, of House Targaryen, of the blood of old Valyria. I am the dragon's daughter, and I swear to you that those who would harm you will die screaming.
You will not hear me scream.
I will. But it's not your screams I want. Only your life.
What are you doing? You promised to receive me.
We have received you. Here we are, and here you are.
If you do not let us in, all of us will die.
Which we shall deeply regret. But Karth did not become the greatest city that ever was or will be by letting Dothraki savages through its gates.
Khaleesi, please be careful.
13! When my dragons are grown, we will take back what was stolen from me. And destroy those who have wronged me. We will lay waste to armies and burn cities to the ground. Turn us away, and we will burn you first.
Do you know Illyrio Monpatis, Magister of Pentos?
Yes, we've met. A shrewd man.
For my wedding, he gave me 3 petrified dragon eggs. He believed, the world believed, that the ages had turned them to stone. How many centuries had it been since dragons roamed the skies? But I dreamt that if I carried those eggs into a great fire, they would hatch. When I stepped into the fire, my own people thought I was mad. But when the fire burnt out, I was unhurt. The mother of dragons. Do you understand? I'm no ordinary woman. My dreams come true.
I admire your passion. But in business, I trust in logic, not passion. I'm sorry, little princess.
I am not your little princess. I am Daenerys Stormborn of the blood of old Valyria, and I will take what is mine. With fire and blood, I will take it.
Yes, my lady, but not with my ships.
Growing fast.
Not fast enough. I can't wait that long. I need an army.
We'll be in Astapor by nightfall.
Some say the Unsullied are the greatest soldiers in the world.
The greatest slave soldiers in the world. Distinction means a good deal to some people.
Do those people have any better ideas about how to put you on the Iron Throne?
It's too beautiful a day to argue.
You're right. Another lovely day in the high seas.
Don't mock them. They're the first Dothraki who've ever been on a ship. They followed me across the poison water. If they'll do it, others will, and with a true Khalasar.
The Dothraki followed strength above all, Khaleesi. You'll have a true Khalasar when you prove yourself strong. And not before.
Is it done then? They belong to me.
Pindas lusacer tida.
Satida.
This is done.
Pero si tuami.
You hold the whip.
Espero zia zantir.
Dovageris! Naidon mevatas! Geletis!
Vetra, j'espère vivito magis.
Zaldrizes buzdaris cosdaor.
Traji valire.
Nige Daenerys Targaryen en Targaryen entrat. En Valeria Wipoana garixan. Valeria munioengos nuihis isa. Dovageri! Axios entas, mentios entas. Kiloni pilos luevale dolvios enetas. Inini odrigatas. Urne lue dolve prisotas.
Aske! Descena!
Dracarys.
The wise masters of Yunkai have sent a gift for the Silver Queen. There is far more than this awaiting you on the deck of your ship.
My ship?
Yes, Khaleesi. As I said, we are a generous people. You shall have as many ships as you require.
And what do you ask in return?
All we ask is that you make use of these ships. Sail them back to Westeros where you belong and leave us to conduct our affairs in peace.
I have a gift for you as well. Your life.
My life.
And the lives of your wise masters, but I also want something in return. You will release every slave in Yunkai. Every man, woman, and child should be given as much food, clothing, and property as they can carry as payment for their years of servitude. Reject this gift, and I shall show you no mercy.
You are mad. We are not Astapor or Karth. We are Yunkai. And we have powerful friends, friends who would take great pleasure in destroying you. Those who survive, we shall enslave once more. Perhaps we'll make a slave of you as well. You swore me safe conduct.
I did. But my dragons made no promises, and you threatened their mother.
Take the gold.
My gold. You gave it to me, remember? And I shall put it to good use. You'd be wise to do the same with my gift to you. Now get out.
one on every mile marker between here and Marine.
How many miles are there between here and Marine?
163, Your Grace.
I'll tell our men to ride ahead and bury them. You don't need to see this.
You will do no such thing. I will see each and every one of their faces. Remove her collar before you bury her. Remind me, Sir Jorah, how many children did the great masters nail to mileposts?
163, Khaleesi.
Yes, that was it.
Your Grace, may I have a word? This city is yours. All these people are your subjects now. Sometimes it is better to answer injustice with mercy.
I will answer injustice with justice. How can I rule 7 kingdoms if I can't control Slaver's Bay? Why should anyone trust me? Why should anyone follow me?
You're a Targaryen. You're the mother of dragons.
I need to be more than that. I will not let those I have freed slide back into chains. I will not sail for Westeros.
What then?
I will do what queens do. I will rule.
Your Grace, I ask that you order these men taken down so that they might receive proper burials.
And what of the slave children these noble Meereenese crucified? They were rotting in the sun as well. Would you have begged me for their right to a proper burial?
Your Grace, I cannot defend the actions of the Masters. I can only speak to you as a son who loved his father. Let me take his body down. Let me have him brought to the temple and buried with dignity so that he might find peace in the next world.
Bury your father, Star Zorora.
Thank you, my queen.
How many more?
There are 212 supplicants waiting, Your Grace.
212.
Came to ask a favor. I only have 2 talents in this world. War and women. You are staying here in Marine to rule. That is a wise decision, I respect it, but here in Marine, I cannot pursue my talents.
I've ordered the Second Sons to patrol the streets to stop the revenge killings.
You've ordered us to be night
And as for women, there are thousands in Marine you can pursue.
There's only one. And she does not want me.
You swore me your sword.
My sword is yours till the day I die.
So if I command you to stay in Marine and patrol the streets?
I'll stay in Marine and patrol the streets. Send me to kill your enemies. Any enemy, anywhere. Let me do what I do best.
Very well. Do what you do best. Take off your clothes.
I sent letters to Varys. the spy master of King's Landing.
What was the content of these letters?
Information.
What information?
When you and Viserys arrived in Pentos, his plan to marry you to Khal Drogo when you were married, when your brother died.
You told them I was carrying Drogo's child? Yes or no?
Khaleesi.
Don't call me that. Did you tell them I was carrying Drogo's child?
Yes.
That wine merchant tried to poison me because of your information.
I stopped you from drinking his wine.
Because you knew it was poisoned.
I suspected.
You betrayed me. From the first.
Forgive me. I never meant. Please, Khaleesi, forgive
You sold my secrets to the man who killed my father
I have
and stole
protected
my
you,
brother's throne.
fought
You
for you,
want me to
killed for
forgive
you.
you.
I have loved you.
Love? How can you say that to me? Any other man now would have you executed, but you, I do not want you in my city, dead or alive. Go back to your masters in King's Landing. Collect your pardon, if you can.
Daenerys, please.
Don't ever presume to touch me again or speak my name. You have until dusk to collect your things and leave this city. If you're found in Marine past break of day, I'll have your head thrown into Slaver's Bay. Go. Approach, my friend.
ידע על בוחש קוטניאשה.
Iron Gentleman.
I have brought you.
This giant Mayadro.
He came from the sky.
Yosobra.
The black one.
When she knows Bastianine.
The winged shadow.
Matis giant Mayadro.
He came from the sky and... My girl. My little girl.
It's only a matter of time, Your Grace. Conquerors always meet with resistance.
I didn't conquer them, their own people did. Sepad tolkidosu unagon garenigon ponte bevruza mosador. He did not risk his life fighting for his freedom so cowards in masks could take it away. And I did not take up residence in this pyramid so I could watch the city below decline into chaos. What was the name of the man you lost?
White Rat, Your Grace.
I want him buried with honor, publicly, in the Temple of the Graces.
The Sons of the Harpy will hear that message.
Make them very angry.
Angry snakes lash out. Makes chopping off their heads that much easier. Find the men who did this and bring them to me.
Your Grace. Your Grace, a word, please, I beg you.
About what?
About your father. About the Mad King.
The Mad King. You're here to remind me of my enemy's lies? Consider me reminded.
Your Grace, I served in his King's Guard. I was at his side from the first. Your enemies did not lie.
Go on.
When the people rose in revolt against him, your father set their towns and castles aflame. He murdered sons in front of their fathers. He burned men alive with wildfire and laughed as they screamed. And his efforts to stamp out dissent led to a rebellion that killed every Targaryen, except 2.
I'm not my father.
No, Your Grace. Thank the gods. But the Mad King gave his enemies the justice he thought they deserved, and each time it made him feel powerful and right. Until the very end.
I will not have the son of the Harpy executed without a fair trial.
Your Grace.
Misa, Godlo, Ingelere.
Merino pasti ed rene jumbiles, se bisa vala zirios sentas, kilonarion morchon issa.
All men must die, but not all can die in glory.
Glory.
Why else do men fight? Why did your ancestors cross the narrow sea and conquer the 7 kingdoms? So their names would live on. Those who find victory in the fighting pits will never become kings, but their names will live on. It's the best chance they'll ever have.
Is that what you used to tell men before you set them to butchering each other for sport?
Your Grace, today is the traditional start of the fighting season.
I do not recognize this tradition.
Traditions are the only thing that will hold this city, your city, together. Without them, former slaves and former masters have nothing in common. Nothing but centuries of mistrust and resentment. I can't promise this is the answer to all our problems, but it's a start.
Barristan the Bold, they called him. He crossed a continent to serve me. He was a loyal friend. And he died in an alley, butchered by cowards who hide behind masks.
We could pull back to the Pyramid District, secure it, and use it as a base from which to operate. Then, we clean the city out. Neighborhood by neighborhood, street by street, until the rats have nowhere left to hide.
I prefer your earlier suggestion. Round up the leaders of each of Marine's great families and bring them to me.
But I'm the leader of my family. No, Your Grace. I had nothing to do with this. Your Grace.
I came here to tell you that I was wrong. I was wrong, and you were right. About tradition. About bringing the people of this city together. I will reopen the fighting pits. To free men only. Slavery will never return to Marine. Not while I live.
Yes, my queen.
And in order to forge a lasting bond with the Merenese people, I will marry the leader of an ancient family. Thankfully, a suitor is already on his knees.
Machin anhavinok.
Athgoshar, Fostos Khalin Hayeran, Harakan Nasi Kisha Ahileki, Majin Kisha, Vazach Dothrakayun, Asher Gilova Hebecha, Hatithir Harshef Kishi. Sheikek Yofi, Asher Gilekath, Asilakiera.
Ieri vocêci, ieri vadrivoi.
Shall we begin?
Do we have a plan?
I will crucify the masters. I will set their fleets afire, kill every last one of their soldiers, and return their cities to the dirt. That is my plan. You don't approve.
You once told me you knew what your father was. Did you know his plans for King's Landing when the Lannister armies were at his gates? Probably not. Well, he told my brother, and Jaime told me. He had caches of wildfire hidden under the Red Keep. The guild halls, the Scepter Baler, all the major thoroughfares. He would have burned every one of his citizens. The loyal ones and the traitors. Every man, woman, and child. That's why Jaime killed him.
This is entirely different.
You're talking about destroying cities. It's not entirely different. I'd like to suggest an alternate approach.
Once before, I offered you peace. If you had not been so arrogant, you could have returned to your homeland with a fleet of ships. Instead, you will flee Slavers Bay on foot. Like the beggar queen you are.
We are here to discuss terms of surrender, not to trade insults.
The terms are simple. You and your foreign friends will abandon the Great Pyramid and the city of Meereen. The Unsullied you stole from Krasny's Monoclos will remain to be sold again to the highest bidder. The translator you stole from Krasny's Monoclos will remain to be sold again to the highest bidder. The dragons beneath the Great Pyramid will be slaughtered.
We obviously didn't communicate clearly. We're here to discuss your surrender, not mine.
I imagine it's difficult. Adjusting to the new reality. Your reign is over.
My reign has just begun.
No more reaving, roving, raiding, or raping.
That's our way of life.
No more.
No more.
Shall we begin?
You served my father, didn't you, Lord Varys?
I did.
And then you served the man who overthrew him.
I had a choice, Your Grace. Serve Robert Baratheon or face the headman's axe.
But you didn't serve him long. You turned against him.
Robert was an improvement on your father, to be sure. There have been few rulers in history as cruel as the Mad King. Robert was neither mad nor cruel. He simply had no interest in being king.
So you took it upon yourself to find a better one.
Your Grace, when I was ready to drink myself into a small coffin, Lord Varys told me about a queen in the east.
Before I came to power, you favored my brother. All your spies. Your little birds. Did they tell you Viserys was cruel, stupid, and weak? Would those qualities have made for a good king, in your learned opinion?
Until your marriage to Khal Drogo, Your Grace, I knew nothing about you save your existence and that you were said to be beautiful.
So you and your friends traded me like a prize horse to the Dothraki.
Which you turned to your advantage.
Who gave the order to kill me?
King Robert.
Who hired the assassins? Who sent word to Essos to murder Daenerys Targaryen?
Your Grace, I did what had to be done
To keep yourself alive.
Lord Varys has proven himself a loyal servant.
Proven himself loyal, quite the opposite. If he dislikes one monarch, he conspires to crown the next one. What kind of a servant is that?
The kind the realm needs. Incompetence should not be rewarded with blind loyalty. As long as I have my eyes, I'll use them. I wasn't born into a great house. I came from nothing. I was sold as a slave and carved up as an offering. When I was a child, I lived in alleys, gutters, abandoned houses. You wish to know where my true loyalties lie? Not with any king or queen, but with the people. The people who suffer under despots and prosper under just rule. The people whose hearts you aim to win. If you demand blind allegiance, I respect your wishes. Grey Worm can behead me, or your dragons can devour me. But if you let me live, I will serve you well. I will dedicate myself to seeing you on the Iron Throne because I choose you. Because I know the people have no better chance than you.
Swear this to me, Varys. If you ever think I'm failing the people, you won't conspire behind my back. You'll look me in the eye as you have done today, and you'll tell me how I'm failing them.
I swear it, my queen.
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful Queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the Breaker of Chains.
This is Jon Snow. He's king in the north.
Thank you for traveling so far, my lord. I hope the seas weren't too rough.
The winds were kind, your grace. Apologies. I have a flea-bottom accent, I know. But Jon Snow is king in the north, your grace. He's not a lord.
Forgive me.
Your grace, this is Sir Davos Seaworth.
Forgive me, Sir Davos. I never did receive a formal education, but I could have sworn I read the last king in the north was Torrhen Stark, who bent the knee to my ancestor Aegon Targaryen. In exchange for his life, and the lives of the Northmen, Torrhen Stark swore fealty to House Targaryen in perpetuity. Or do I have my facts wrong?
I wasn't there, your grace.
No, of course not. But still, an oath is an oath. And perpetuity means... What does perpetuity mean, Lord Tyrion?
Forever.
Forever. So I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee.
I am not.
Oh. Well, that is unfortunate. You've traveled all this way to break faith with House Targaryen?
Break faith? Your father burned my grandfather alive. He burned my uncle alive. He would have burned the Seven Kingdoms.
My father was an evil man. On behalf of House Targaryen, I ask your forgiveness for the crimes he committed against your family. And I ask you not to judge a daughter by the sins of her father. Our two houses were allies for centuries. And those were the best centuries the Seven Kingdoms have ever known. Centuries of peace and prosperity, with a Targaryen sitting on the Iron Throne, and a Stark serving as Warden of the North. I am the last Targaryen, Jon Snow. Honor the pledge your ancestor made to mine. Bend the knee, and I will name you Warden of the North. Together, we will save this country from those who would destroy it.
They fought together against their common enemy. Despite their differences, despite their suspicions. Together. We need to do the same if we're gonna survive. Because the enemy is real. It's always been real.
And you say you can't defeat them without my armies and my dragons?
No, I don't think I can.
I will fight for you. I will fight for the North. When you bend the knee.
My people won't accept a southern ruler. Not after everything they've suffered.
They will if their king does. They chose you to lead them. They chose you to protect them. Isn't their survival more important than your pride?
Your strategy has lost us Dawn, the Iron Islands, and the Reach.
If I have underestimated our enemies...
Our enemies? Your family, you mean? Perhaps you don't want to hurt them after all. Enough with the clever plans. I have 3 large dragons. I'm going to fly them to the Red Keep.
We've discussed this.
My enemies are in the Red Keep. What kind of a queen am I if I'm not willing to risk my life to fight them?
A smart one.
What do you think I should do?
I would never
I'm at
presume to-
war. I'm losing. What do you think I should do?
I never thought that dragons would exist again. No one did. The people who follow you know that you made something impossible happen. Maybe that helps them believe that you can make other impossible things happen. Build a world that's different from the shit one they've always known. But if you use them to melt castles and burn cities, you're not different. You're just more of the same.
I'm not here to murder. And all I want to destroy is the wheel that has rolled over rich and poor, to the benefit of no one but the Cersei Lannisters of the world. I offer you a choice. Bend the knee and join me. Together, we will leave the world a better place than we found it. Or refuse. And die.
Your Grace.
Lord Randall Tarly, Dickon Tarly. I, Daenerys of House Targaryen, first of my name, breaker of chains and mother of dragons, sentence you to die. Dracarys.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish I could take it back. I wish we'd never gone.
I don't. If we hadn't gone, I wouldn't have seen. You have to see it to know. Now I know. The dragons are my children. They're the only children I'll ever have. Do you understand? We are going to destroy the Night King and his army. We'll do it together. You have my word.
Thank you, Danny.
Danny.
He was the last person who called me that. I'm not sure, was it my brother? Not the company you want to keep.
All right. Not Danny. How about my queen? I'd bend the knee, but
What about those who swore allegiance to you?
they'll all come to see you for what you are.
I hope I deserve it.
You do.
You should get some rest.